So I had a subscriber comment something that was extremely important that I haven't talked about yet. And I apologize. I can't remember his name. I can't even remember what video the comment was on. But is she a woman of God? Man, that's golden right there. That is golden. Because this is the problem with a lot of relationships, a lot of marriages. A lot of men are not dating, having kids with, marrying women of God. Now, just because a woman goes to church doesn't mean she's fully a woman of God. I can't stand women who listen to the pastor, who respect the pastor, but disrespect their husbands at home. You have to get marriage counseling by the pastor. So you'll listen to the pastor's advice, but you won't listen to the husband, the one that's providing, protecting, loving, and supporting you. You have to go to another man. You have to seek the middleman to try to gain some understanding, try to find some middle ground and respect for your husband. It makes no complete sense to me. So yes, just because a woman goes to church, it doesn't mean she's fully a woman of God. You know, any woman that follows celebrities, Beyonce, for example. I know Beyonce made the song about church girls going to the club on the weekends and, shaking their tail, and then they go to church on a Sunday. It happens a lot in the South. Happens here in the East Coast too, but it happens a lot in the South, man. You have a lot of women that are built like brick houses, man. Amazing bodies, man, natural, no BBLs, and they are going to the clubs on the weekends and shaking their tail, and then they show up on church on Sunday like everything is good. You know, a lot of those women are they're obsessed with the attention. They're obsessed with following the image. You know what I'm saying? They love being a party girl. They're not fully dedicated to God. A woman like that is not a woman that you want to marry, have kids with, or make your serious girlfriend. You know? A woman of God is not on social media and not trying to follow the latest trends. There's a difference between trends and fashion. A woman of God has fashion. Trends change all the time, and they change by season. You know, they come and go, but fashion is here forever. A woman who has fashion and doesn't follow trends, that's one good example of a woman of God. A woman of God will never wear those long eyelashes and those long nails and colorful wigs and weaves. Now, don't get me wrong, man. It's not talked about enough, but there are a lot of women who wear wigs and weaves because their hair has been damaged since they were children, man. Their mothers were putting all types of hot combs and straighteners to their hair every day and perms and stuff, so their hair is just damaged, you know. Some of them are lazy. Some of these women, they can train their hair. They can fix their hair, man, with hair masks and washing it with the proper shampoo and making sure it's moisturized and oiled up. They can fix it. But I'm just saying, man, for those women, a lot of those women who wear wigs and weaves, man, it's because their hair is just completely damaged, and you know, it would take a lot of work, and it may not even grow the same way anymore. But as far as like those colorful wigs, man, and weaves, the blonde, the red, the purple, the yellow, whatever unnatural hair color, that is not a woman of God. Women of God do not play dress up, and women of God are not trying to appease the masses. A lot of these women who do the long eyelashes, the long nails, and the colored hair, they're trying to appease the masses because they know that's what's popular, that's what's trendy, that's what's in now. For example, man, if melanated women wearing their hair in afros, and even white women trying to get their hair texture to like an afro texture, if that was popular, you would have women who are women of God following that because that's what the masses like. A woman of God is gonna do what is the most natural. She's going to be true to herself. That's a woman of God. A woman of God is true to herself. A woman of God does not want to adapt to the world. Okay? A woman of God is never going to disrespect you in public or at home. And if she does disrespect you at home, she's going to apologize. At some point, she's going to say, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's a woman of God, man. A woman of God is going to pray. She's going to pray over you. She's going to pray over her family. She's going to pray for the things she wants in life, for the success, for her goals. And you're going to know about it. And if you bring it up to her, if you say, hey, I never see you pray. Do you pray? She should be able to tell you, yes, I do pray. Even if she does it in private. Women of God pray, man. A lot of these women are not praying. A lot of these women just have their hand out. They have their hand out and they have their neck on a swivel. Head on a swivel, rather, like an owl. Trying to look for the next meal ticket, the next come up. woman of God is going to seek God. She's going to pray to God. She's going to manifest those things. A woman of God will always support her man. She will never down her man when he's down. If he's going through a rough patch, a rough time in his life, you know what I'm saying? Or he's trying to switch through jobs, or, you know, the money is not coming in how it used to. He can't really manage all the bills like he used to. A woman of God is not going to put him down for that, man. There are plenty of women out here that are putting their man down, putting their husband down because he lost his job. For example, my mother did it. My mother got married again, right? I was trying to reconcile and get things right with my mom because we have a terrible relationship, because she always put men before me my whole life. But she got married and her husband lost his job, and she said, I'm going to have to get a divorce. I'm not taking care of no man. That's your husband. You see, my mom we used to always talk about God and try to quote scriptures and talk to my grandmother, and they want to talk about God all day and this and that, but she's ready to leave her husband because he lost his job, even though she took vows, even though she agreed to honor him through sickness, health, good times, bad times. My mom is not a real woman of God. She's a perfect example of a hypocrite and a liar. A lot of women are like this though, man. They get married in the church, or they want to involve pastors into their marriage when things go wrong. But when things go wrong, they're ready to leave their husband. They're ready to leave him. That's not a woman of God, man. That is not a woman of God at all. A woman of God is never going to sit amongst or talk amongst her female friends and put other people down, spreading gossip. I know plenty of dudes walked into the room and heard your lady on the phone gossiping, talking junk about some female, going on and on and on and on and on. And the conversation they're having, it's not like they're saying, oh, you know, this woman keeps on sinning. She's disrespecting her man. She's this, she's that. No. It's more gossiping over stupid things. Stupid things. Things that have nothing to do with the woman's life in seeking God. You know? They're not saying about, oh, we can't get Laura to attend Bible study. She keeps not coming to Bible study, you know, or, you know, I don't want to, we need to stop hanging with her because she's not a good representation of a woman of God. You know, she disrespects her man left and right. Those not the type of conversation they're having. The conversations they be having is, oh, Laura's sleeping with this dude and this dude at the same time, and, you know, and this dude showed up to work and he made a scene. Oh my God, girl, you should have seen everybody's reaction. Everybody was laughing at her. It was so embarrassing. Or Laura's edges were showing. She didn't have her baby hairs laid down. She doesn't know how to do her makeup properly. Stuff like that. Petty stuff. Stuff of the world. A lot of those conversations, those gossip conversations, a lot of these females be having are conversations of the world. They have nothing to do with helping a female see God at all. A woman of God is not going to leave when things get tough, man. That's why you see a lot of these women talking about leaving their husbands. And another thing, man, the women of God do not follow politics. I'm going to say this again, man. Women of God do not follow politics at all. Now, I like Candace Owens. I'm not sure if you know about Candace Owens. I like a lot of the points. I like a lot of her views and her thought process. But she is not a woman of God at all. Because a real woman of God just seeks God in these times when it comes to these politics. Trump is the Antichrist. Everybody should know that. Kamala Harris, she's against the Lord too. She doesn't believe in God. I'm putting my faith in God like heavy in these times, man, when it gets closer to election. You got to stay prayed up, man. Because he is our answer. Not these presidents. Not these presidents, man. A woman of God does not go out and vote. She does not come on social media and try to encourage or influence people to pick a side. That's not what women of God do. Women of God are going to tell families, listen, on the day of voting, get with your families and unify in prayer. That's it. That's all you have to do. There's no voting. This voting stuff is dividing people. Women of God should not be for division and dividing people. That's not what it's about, man. That's not what Christianity is about. That's not what religion is about. Religion is about togetherness. We all bleed the same, man. We all bleed red. We're all the same. So there's no pick a side, man. That's not how it works. And women of God know that whether Trump wins, whether Kamala Harris wins, God is the answer. God is our leader, not a president. Not a president, man. Almost done with this video, man. I gotta get in the gym and get these gains, man. Today's a leg day. But another thing, man, a woman of God, this is very important. A woman of God is not going to expect a man to provide 100%. A woman of God is going to be okay with 50-50 because a woman of God understands that you are both one. Together you make one. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be all on the husband. That you have to help each other out. It shouldn't be all on him. A woman of God is never going to watch her man struggle and bust his butt and, you know, bags under his eyes and be tired and barely have time to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Can't even really get a haircut. Some of these dudes, married men walking around, they haven't got a haircut in weeks. They look like they barely have gotten any sleep. Their nutrition is off. A woman of God is not going to let her man get to that point. If she sees her man getting like that, she's going to be willing to work or willing to help out some way financially. A woman of God is not going to let her husband run himself into the dirt. This is extremely important, man. Extremely important. You have to understand and realize this. A true woman of God. So yeah, man, a lot of women of God are not going to be found in the church. Some will be, but a lot of them are not going to be. A lot of women of God, man, they're going to be out of the church. They're going to be the quiet ones that stay to themselves, that look extremely natural as possible, that are feminine, fit, friendly, and that are easy to get to follow your program. However your life is going, they want to adapt to your life. They want to find a way to fit themselves in. It's that simple. That is a true woman of God. A true woman of God. So I'm not saying don't go to church and look for women in church. I'm not saying that, because there are plenty of good women in the church. There are plenty of good women that are virgins. I like I said in a previous video, I met one. You know, there's one that goes to this gym, man. I met one. But you just have to you have to be very careful, man. You gotta have discernment when it comes to these women, man. You really gotta have discernment. You really gotta make sure she's a woman of God. And it's not about just God fearing. Because I always hear these women say they're God fearing, especially on these balloon challenges and all these dating videos. They're God fearing. Man, it's more to it than just be God fearing. You got to be God loving. You got to be God worshiping. You got to be God appreciative. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about God on your day-to-day life before you make regular decisions. You know? Judge a woman by her actions. She could say she's God fearing all day, but you could tell by her actions, you could tell by the way she's dressed, you could tell by the way she presents herself that she is not God-fearing. Before I go, one major important thing before I end this video is how a woman dresses. A woman of God is not going to dress seductive. A woman of God is not going to dress seductive. Now, don't get me wrong, man. There are women. I'm getting pissed, man. I'm getting pissed now because now that I really think about it, man, there are a lot of women out here that talk about their God-fearing women of God, and they dress like they're hookers, man. Let's be real. Now, some women have the Coke bodies, like I said, in the South. They have the Coke body shape. They have the small waists with the hips and the big butts. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some women like that, they can't help it. You know, if they wear a nice dress, a fitted dress, you can see the curves. But there's no need for your cleavage to be showing. There's no need for you to be wearing shorts where your booty cheeks are hanging out. There's no need for your lower back to be showing. Or your belly button to be showing. You got your belly pierced, your belly ring showing. You got a lower back tattoo. There's no need for that stuff, man. Women of God do not dress like that. A woman of God, you're going to see, I could tell she got a body under those clothes. That's what you say when you see a woman of God. Like, wow, she's beautiful. And she's not showing too much, but I could tell, man, under those clothes, she got something. That's how you're supposed to see a woman of God. You're not supposed to see a woman of God and be like, damn. Those pants look painted on. Those leggings look painted on. Those jeans look painted on. Damn, how did she get that in all those jeans? Think about Genuine. When Genuine said, in those jeans. He was talking about a woman that had on skin-tight jeans, man. A woman of God is going to wear her jeans to the point where they don't look like she has poop in her pants, but they're not super tight, where it looks like she can't breathe. A woman of God is not, you're not going to see her thong print. Whether in the gym or out the gym, you're not going to see that she's wearing a thong. That's not a woman of God, man. Woman of God takes her time to get dressed in the morning. Every little thing she critiques, so she does not look like a sex symbol. So she does not look like a walking prostitute. This is what you dudes have to remember, man. A woman of God does not want other men looking at her lustful, with a lustful spirit. That's not how a woman of God dresses, man. That's not how a woman of God should move. That last part, if you don't like anything else I said in this video, that last part is extremely important, man. You really want to see how a woman dresses, man. If she's revealing too much skin, she is not a woman of God. I'm telling you right now. So fellas, man, and that's in the gym and outside the gym, how she dresses. So fellas, man, you really want to pay attention to all these things, man. You really want to, because this is going to show longevity in a relationship with a woman that you're with. You know, it's not just about the looks. It's not just about the smiles. It's not just about being feminine, fit, and friendly. That's not what it's about, man. She has to have a strong relationship with God, man. I'm talking about a woman that prays for you every day, man, before you leave to go to work. She wants to pray that you make it there safe, that you have a good day at work, and make it back. As soon as you leave that door, she's praying over you, praying that you're covered over the blood, protected by those angels. When y'all go to sleep, she's praying over y'all, over the house, over the kids, over the everything. That's a true woman of God, man. A true woman of God. So make sure that you marry, that you have kids with, that you make your official exclusive girlfriend a woman like this, man. Anything else is uncivilized, and it's not for you. Any other woman that doesn't do these things, she's not for you, man. I'm telling you right now. So if you like the video, man, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. And before I go, I just have one question, man. I've got a lot of new subscribers and comments from the Rich Homie Quan video. Now, Rich Homie Quan, I definitely feel like he was different than a lot of rappers. So I'm just curious to know. I don't know if you're one of those people watching, but do you think that video is picking up traction because of who he is, or do people really just celebrity worship that much? I'm curious to know, man. Comment down below if you got this far in the video and you can answer that for me, all right? Catch you next one. Peace and love.